Yo, yo, yo. Today is another day, and that means another episode of Zadanza. We're talking about young earth creationism. We're talking about video games for God, and maybe another love dare or two. All that and more on
Satanza.
what? Crazy.
What?
Crazy. Hello, folks. It's me, Objectively Dan, the Dan in the Zadanza, joining you, joining in me with how to language English do. Zod, prophet of. Hi, what's up? What's going on? I'm doing great. You know,
That is correctly.
yeah, really good intro. I know. So that's prophet of Zod. This is Zadanza, the Thursday night live stream that happens every Thursday night, live at 9 p.m. Central. Listen, you guys have been sending us some stuff, so we got a little bit of a backlog, and we're picking out the cream of the crop. Okay. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna watch everything you guys send us, because I'll be honest with you, there's some stuff that is not worth watching together, but there is some stuff that's worth watching together. So we're gonna do that today, including but not limited to, like I said, some young earth creationism stuff, and some video games for God, and also a thing about rock music, which is very funny. But anyway, Zod, what's up, bro? What's up?
Really took me back to how Christians are with rock music, or some of them,
Right?
or how some of they were. I don't know if they still are that way. But yeah, that was a trip down memory lane. Those of you who have heard any of my story know that any music other than Christian music was totally against the rules at the school I went to. And even some Christian rock / contemporary music was considered too worldly or not focused enough on God. So I grew up deep in this whole freak out over music culture.
Which is awesome. I love that for you, Zod. Not like actually, but I do think it's hilarious because by the time I grew up, that shit was kind of over. I feel like the war had already been won. Not that there wasn't like still a thing against like secular music in general, right? That's definitely still a thing. But like the particulars against rock, I think were kind of over, because rock wasn't really mainstream anymore. Like it's just more pop kind of stuff, like rap and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it kind of lost its edge, especially as all the people who listened to it got older. Now a lot of it's like, I don't know, just ingrained in our culture.
Yeah, like what, post Nirvana? I don't know. Well, I guess there was like sort of an adult contemporary thing for a while. That there you had your David Grohls and stuff. That was a thing for a while. But singer-songwriter.
There's a big name of music up here in Alaska.
Yeah,
Weird Al.
What is Weird Al from Alaska?
No, he's in Alaska right now.
Oh, he's in Alaska right now. Well, good for Alaska.
Weekend. He's playing at the state fair, and No Illusions is up to watch him.
Oh, well, Alaska needs all the help it can get right now.
Yeah, so, considering who else is coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, so yeah, we're just here to hang out, have a few laughs, and see what you guys have sent us. So thanks to everybody who sent us stuff. If you have an idea for stuff you want us to react to, you can do that if you send it to zadanzashow@gmail.com. We'd love to see what you got. But for now, I say let's just jump right in. Let me share my screen on this.
If you want, you could also send me stuff in the mail. Like, it would kind of be fun sometime for me to open up a suitcase of cash and like flip through it while everyone watches.
That's a great idea. I would love to get suspicious things of cash.
Wait, Kip, do you really not know who's coming to Alaska tomorrow? Well, we have one Donald Trump and one Vladimir Putin going to be in Anchorage, Alaska tomorw.
That's right. That's right. Two of the most ethical people in the world, I'd say. One of them's a Nobel Peace Prize candidate, I hear. Sorry, I had this on the wrong tab. Okay, so this is one that was sent from Ninny. Thanks, Ninny. This video is titled "Urgent Christians, don't send your kids to school. Watch this person. Which is a great title. Even saying it out loud makes me laugh. Because it's like, yeah, this would be the guy telling your kids not to go to school.
I just love everything about his look too.
Yeah.
He isn't exactly what I would picture being in a video like this, but he makes sense in hindsight.
We haven't done
Like
a Danza fit check in a second. Zoom in. Pause. What do we got here? We got the Christian Weston Chandler sort of striped shirt collar phenomenon with the double pockets. What's he putting in those pockets? What he got? He's got a Bible in one and
they
a
look
Glock
like
in the
boob
other.
pockets.
Yeah. What's in there? What they look like? What?
Boob pockets.
Boob pockets?
Boob.
What does that mean? Poop?
Boob.
Yeah, boob. What does that mean? What's a boob pocket?
No, it looks like a couple.
Oh, you just mean like it just looks like nipples. Yeah, it definitely does. I thought you meant like he just sticks a boob like inside the pocket. I didn't really understand, but yeah, your thing makes way more sense.
But yeah, it's just a weird look. I don't know.
You get your calculator in one, you get your pen and paper in the other.
He doesn't really look like an apologist or normal like presenter. He looks just more like a normal homeschool dad decided to try, YouTube and something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It is just normal dad look, I guess. The double pockets are a great touch though. You don't see that every day. That's all I'm saying.
Especially on a striped shirt. I know for me the striped shirt with the solid colored pockets.
Yeah, with the popped collar too. Did you check that? The popped messy collar. What's going on with that collar?
Yeah, that's a choice for that specific shirt for sure.
This man's picking up ladies at the Creationist Museum. All right, he's trying to take home some honeys.
That looks like something somebody would have worn like in the first season or two of Star Trek: The Next Generation, like one of their civilians walking around the ship.
Yeah, I can see it. Looks like he's gonna go on a safari. He's trying to hide from these dinosaurs, I think, with the camouflage. All right, anyway, let's get this video started.
Right now in schools, they're teaching our kids that evolution, that they evolved from apes.
That's a great take. that was 5 seconds in already. It's a good take, man. Good take.
I think your audience is a step ahead of you on that one.
Yeah.
The Fluxy River Formation, they're now finding.
I've been here, by the way, the Fluxy River Formation. You know about this?
And you still believe in evolution?
Yeah, I know, right? In case you don't know, this is a young Earth creationist thing where they have a dinosaur footprint and an upright person footprint kind of at like the same place, which looks awesome. But yeah, they're from different geological time periods actually. So they're not at the same time. But people will be like, look, this is evidence of them being in the same place at the same time, but it's a little more complicated. So it's a whole other thing. Young Earth creationist lore. They got a whole bunch of stuff to them.
Dinosaur footprints like an Allosaurus, a theropod, with human footprints touching it right next to it. This is incredible. It shows that these animals may not have been millions of years old and that they didn't evolve into birds as they're teaching. There's dinosaur artwork in Cambodia at Angkor Wat. Even European, Asian people across the world share these stories. Artwork entails the same thing, all dragons. Even in the Webster's...
Yeah.
His voice sounded like an AI there for a second, just because the way he articulated that didn't make any sense at all.
Let's go back. Let's see.
Artwork entails the same thing, all dragons. Even in the Webster's Collegiate Dictionary.
I think it was just a weird cut.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably it. It was probably just a cut. But yeah. Get all the way through a sentence and get to a natural pause before you cut. Just power through and try to get it right.
Yeah. Also, like the audio mixing is not great. So there's like this, like the music's way too loud with all the stuff going on, and they're doing the whole subtitle thing. I don't know. It's kind of.
I love too how he like shows up at this museum and presents these footprints on top of footprints thing as if every creationist in the world hasn't heard this already. Like this is the oldest canard in the history of well, not the oldest, but it's like just one of those ones that's been around since the beginning of the time. I remember this when I was a kid and being into the creation evolution thing.
Yeah.
And I just love how he just cuts on here like he's presenting news.
Well, for us, this is old hat, but for TikTok or whatever, maybe this is some new stuff. They're always trying to get new
I
people
guess
into the
so.
grift.
I guess.
Dictionary published in 1946. They have the word dragon, and underneath that section it says that they are now rare. How is this possible? I've been on a journey.
This is awesome. This is such a good bit. Let's go back, and I need you guys to understand what he just said. Okay, this book.
I didn't finish this video, so I wasn't ready for that.
Man, you haven't seen this? This video is great. 1946. 1946. He thought, like, World War II just happened, and like Hitler just missed the dragons. Like, that's insane. That this is convincing. This is why your kids shouldn't go to school, by the way, because you'll end up like this guy.
Let me get this right. When he sees the words now rare in a dictionary, he doesn't think it means that this is a rare usage of the word. He thinks that the dictionary is saying that dragons exist but are currently rare on the earth.
That is what. Yeah, let me restart that, because that is pretty much what seems to be implied.
Dragons. Even in the Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, published in 1946, they have the word dragon, and underneath that section it says that they are now rare. How is
it says that they're now
this
rare.
grown-ass man. This man is paying a mortgage. You understand? Like, he's got don't know how a fucking dictionary works, and thinks the dictionary describes like the populations of the animals they describe, which is awesome. It's so cool. It's so good.
Do you think like if it said like human it would say like number one would say now plentiful or current? Like,
yeah, that's how it works for sure.
I don't know much about the whole science angle and stuff, but this is I thought I had seen the worst creationist argument. This might take the cake now for somebody to look in a dictionary and think that now rare means that there are dragons, just not a lot of them.
It's so awesome. It's like, were there scientists counting the population and now they know they're rare? Or maybe he thinks like, oh, it was commonly accepted back in the 40s that yes, they did exist, but they're now rare. Like, I don't know. But it's pretty awesome. Well, very cool.
I love too that before doing that, he's like the 1946 version of, like, he's trying to act all scholarly, talking about which version of the dictionary, and then he just totally dictionary. He doesn't even know how to read the most basic thing about it.
It's awesome. And somebody edited this shit together too, and I guess like didn't think about it, because first of all, there's no way this guy edited it. He's paying somebody to do this for him, like they always do, Yeah. But yeah, that's so funny. Oh, there we go.
Is this possible? I have been on a journey to tell the world that dinosaurs didn't live millions of years ago. They lived a lot closer than that. Since learning these things, I've seen more and more evidence of dinosaurs lived with man.
Scientists know soft tissue can't last more than 30,000 years. Mary Schweitzer, who discovered this one, did the experiment 16 times and waited a year before she would tell the others because she was scared to tell the truth. Why? There's mass graveyards of dinosaur bones that dot our globe from what?
Hang on one second.
Yeah.
She says she was afraid to tell the truth about this. Why?
Right.
Because there's mass graveyards. It makes it sound like they're burying creationists who come forward with the truth. Right.
Which Schweitzer, I mean, I feel like have we talked about Schweitzer on here? I've definitely talked about her before. You know about her?
What about her?
Mary Schweitzer. The lady that they're talking about?
Not super familiar.
So she is a scientist, and she's a legitimate scientist, and she does believe in God. Is not a young Earth creationist though. And Schweitzer basically did this thing where they examined this soft tissue stuff from dinosaur bones basically, and like found like remnants of soft tissue, but they interpreted that as to mean like, oh, this is like leftover soft tissue, basically, that can still be found today. And if it still be found today, then that must mean that dinosaurs were closer to us than not, which is not what her results were getting at. It was something like them being on the inside of the bones or whatever. Anyway, for years she's been against the young earth creationists using her research to prop up this thing that she did not say or did not come to the conclusions of in her work. So she's a popular point in young earth creationist circles, and it's very funny. Yeah, so that's what he's talking about. And I don't know about this thing about hiding shit before releasing it. I've never heard that before. I think that's just a made up thing he found, but anyway, very funny. Also, I love this too, that all of these bones around the earth must mean that there was a global flood, right? Because how could there be bones of creatures all over the earth if there wasn't a flood? It's odd, right? You explain that one to me.
Well, I think the best explanation is millions of, I don't know, laid down by things all over the earth. I forget. What would you expect to see if there was a global flood? I totally spaced out on Ken Ham's little thing.
Yeah, it's super.
But yeah, it's really obvious. It's so mundane that and you're gonna find the fact that there's fossils all over the place is just a perfectly natural thing you would expect to see. So you're clearly just talking directly to people who you fully expect to go into this trying to believe if you're saying that this is like evidence of a flood or any indication whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just like, first of all, I guess all of these dinosaurs are also dragons, right? That has to be a thing. But also, like, yeah, because we can't find bones. Like what would it be otherwise? Like, would we expect to not find bones in places? Like, I don't know what it would mean to the contrary if we didn't have a global flood, I guess. Like what he would expect. It's very bizarre reasoning.
Well, the fact that there are all these graveyards all over is why dinosaurs are so rare right now.
Right. They're they're
sorry,
hide that from us, I think.
A complete destruction of all land animals. God said, I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth, and everything that is on the earth shall die. In his mercy, he saved anyone that would enter the ark. He saved children from having to grow up in a world complete with sin.
Evolutionists that have
I'm not so sure that he was going to save anybody who would enter the ark.
Yeah, yeah, it seemed like it was just for the chosen ones.
Yeah, I think that was kind of an exclusive situation there.
Yeah, I think that's spelled out pretty clear in the narrative too, actually. But let's learn about evolutionists, what they have to say.
Scientific world don't want us to learn these things. Why? It's because the scientific community bases things off of evolution, not God. The scriptures teach us that God created all life. In Genesis 1:26, he says, I, God, created everything that creepeth. Everything. Nothing excluded. And
again, just great takes. Also, the subtitles aren't matched up anymore.
Yeah, whenever I'm self-conscious about how I articulate in recorded content, I should just watch this guy. Make me feel a lot better about
yeah, it's true. Because it's like he's already doing cuts and stuff. There's already editing. Like, can you not take time to do? I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah, this is the best he came up with after he rehearsed and cut. Like, did edit.
His own image. Right. What an honor to be created in his image. If the scriptures are true, then it would be impossible that we came from apes and the dinosaurs lived millions of years ago. This is so meaningful to me because it shows that the scriptures are literally accurate and the record shows what happened and that I am a child of God. You are a child of God, literally made in his image. And the scriptures are not just fictional stories, but real stories. The flood of Noah was a real event, that God really created the first man, Adam and Eve, and that he really came and brought his son, Jesus Christ, to earth, came to earth and was born as a child and atoned for our sins so that we can return and live with him.
That's what it means. All of that, all of that is true based on that ape skeleton in the background.
I'm so glad we know the Bible is true. It means that Jesus came and died for our sins. Yeah. I hope that you come. Yeah. He sounds like a child giving a book report.
Yeah, just going on and on and on.
Yeah, he is turning that music up way too high, misinterpretations.
Again, that's not, I can't do anything about that. That's on this guy. The mix is not great in this.
Real and truthful. It means that I'm important to him. And these are foundational principles of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I want everyone to know that we did not evolve from apes, that these so-called missing links are not, in fact, accurate.
There you go.
Wait.
You can hear me.
Okay, so first off,
Yeah.
these missing links are not in fact accurate. I just love the way he puts that.
Right.
This guy goes around and people listen to him speak.
That's what's awesome, right?
God
Apparently,
damn.
Mormons do. He is a Mormon, apparently. I don't. Do you? I'm assuming you don't have to be young Earth creation is to be Mormon, right?
I don't
I'm
know.
assuming
I
they
don't know
have.
that much.
I'm assuming they have a healthy debate about that, at least as much as other Christians do, right? Because I don't know, but anyway, this guy certainly is.
Yeah, this guy looks like his he looks like his what 80 subscribers, 160 views. That about tracks with the quality of this video. What does not track is the fact that you you see a schedule where you can go listen to him speak in person. Like seriously, who's gonna sit here and listen to this guy talk?
I don't know. Well, some people are apparently, but yeah,
Yes.
really, really funny, really good stuff. So what did we learn? Dragons are dinosaurs, and anytime you see bones, that's evidence of the flood, for sure. Yeah, I think
And
I got a lot out of this one.
they're currently on the Earth as evidenced by the 1946 edition.
Well,
of them,
according to the dictionary, that's right. That's an awesome one.
the
That's
dictionary
pretty sick.
defines dinosaurs as currently existing.
Yeah. That's the best part for sure of this whole thing. I would love to talk with this guy and ask him about that again to see if he really thought that. I mean, he put it in the video. He must literally think that's true, which is, I don't know, very good.
This
Anyway.
is just such basic mundane nonsense, but it was all worth it just to see that dictionary part. That made my day right there.
It is very good. So, Vinny, thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for sending that in. And I can't remember who sent in the Facebook page. Actually, let me check.
I'll look real quick.
Do I have the Gmail open still? I do.
It
was Nitty. Nitty as well, I think.
Yeah, I think Nitty sent us like 90% of these. So
Nitty, you sent us a lot of stuff. So thanks for that. But yeah, you want to look at that Facebook page next?
Let's look at this Facebook page.
Okay, great. So everybody knows Facebook. We all love Facebook. This is a fun one that was sent to us that seems to be legit as far as I can tell.
Where are you? There we go. We have Finding God in Video Games.
Yes. Not a bit. Not a troll. Seems to be real. Can we zoom in on that just a little bit on that page?
Is that better?
Yeah. Just so you could see the text here. So yeah, there's oh no.
That's a bit much.
Well, does it keep going all the way down? I guess that's fine actually.
Okay. Does this work?
No, I actually think that other one works because you can get the full page. You can,
sorry, this is where my Facebook's super slow. Here we go.
Okay. So yeah, this is about a guy who is not like you would expect him to be a younger guy, not a younger guy, is an older guy talking about literally just finding God through video games. The first video, not those two up there, but I think if you go to the post below,
this one,
was it that one? That one's just, what is that one? Was it? Oh, he posted this. Oh, he posted this today. Throwback Thursday. Talking about some old stuff.
Sorry, were you trying to see the one I was just? I thought you were.
No, I was just trying to read what that new one was because he has a sermon on here. I was trying to find. Let's see.
Oh, Throwback Thursday. Oh, God damn it! Sorry.
We're really awesome at streaming, guys.
Okay, hang on.
We're super cool.
Yeah, my Facebook it just went blank now.
All right, let me let's see what I can do then.
My Facebook won't scroll and then won't push anything and then it just shuts off. I don't know why on this computer it does that.
You got some tech issues, I see.
Yeah, Facebook just never works on this for some. I don't know why. And
I'll
then
see how long
randomly,
it'll let me look at the page without signing in.
okay.
But it won't let me do long. It's gonna, after I scroll down a little bit, it will
Can you navigate to one of those videos? Like, does it take you to YouTube if you go to it?
it doesn't necessarily take me to YouTube, but if I scroll down like more than like a page worth, then it won't it'll be like, hey, if you want to see more, sign in, you know? So
Okay, let me try one other thing here while you're doing that.
there we go. Okay.
I found their Instagram. I could look at that more easily if you wanted.
Well, it signed me into my personal anyway, so whatever.
Okay.
We're doing it. Okay, so yeah, what is this one? Okay, throw it back. Can you see this okay, by the way? I got dark mode on. I don't know if you can. Should I make the text
Yeah, I
bigger?
think as long as you read the text and stuff, we'll be able to follow you.
Okay, I made it a little bigger. Throwback Thursday. 3 of my least favorite words to see on a video game screen are loading. Please wait. Join us as we look back at our least favorite parts of gaming experience. I have not seen, this was posted earlier today. I have not seen that. I don't know what that's about. Maybe we can go back. Okay, this is one I wanted to look at. Tonight's gaming devotional, a matter of timing. Get ready for this.
We call it a night. Join us for a reading from our Finding God in Video Games. This is the Way Scripture of the Day gaming devotion. Tonight, we're reading for August 13th. In most video games, timing is everything. When approaching a challenging gap to cross in a Super Mario title, accelerating into a run followed by pressing the jump button at precisely the right time is the difference between landing securely on the next platform or pressing continue to try the level again. In many games, the difference between a victory dance or crushing defeat can be measured by a single frame of animation.
That's
the right move executed at the wrong time never works out. And even our best intentions in life must be synchronized with the Lord's timing.
Right.
Christ knew the perfect time for his public ministry to start, peak, and grow through sending out his disciples. If he started too early, his death on the cross would have occurred prematurely. If he had sent his followers out on the Great Commission before the cross, they wouldn't have had a gospel to share. So let's be patient in each phase of what the Lord has called us to. Every step, every leap, and even every pause has a reason that may not be apparent until we have finished the entire course.
Right.
His timing is always perfect. He is never too early, and he is never too late. John 7:6, then Jesus said to them, my time has not yet come, but your time is always ready.
So listen, if you got to press the A button to get on the platform with the right timing, just like God has the right timing for the death of his son via crucifixion for our sins. You understand that, Zod?
Yeah, that whole thing about the timing of Jesus' death doesn't really make, that's always felt kind of desperate to me.
Let me tell you something. Zod, you ever play a little game called Super Mario? You ever heard of this guy, Mario, and his brother?
I heard that's what the kids are all into these days.
That's what the kids are into. Let me tell you about this guy, Mario, and his brother Luigi. They're from New York. Now, New York, it kind of like is the Garden of Eden because they have to leave New York to go to the Mushroom Kingdom, which is full of sin, right? And in order to save the princess, Jesus, aka Princess Peach, they have to destroy Bowser, who is Satan, and also the Romans, and they have to stomp Goombas for our sin, which is our sin, I think. So you picking up what I'm putting down here, Zod? This is my gaming devotional.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what I love most about this guy, even more than the distracting little bouncing Mario, as if waving a Mario in front of waving like a, what is that, Super Mario Brothers 3 or 2?
I think that is from 3. Yes.
Yeah, a Super Mario Brothers 3 version of Mario constantly bouncing in front of your face or next to your face is going to get kids' attention.
Right.
But even more than that, I love that he manages to make video games more boring than regular church.
Yeah, it's true.
That is the boringest video game talk I've ever heard.
like if you're gonna go with the angle of hey kids, you know about Fortnite, like at least make it good, but it's not even good. But he wrote a whole book about that. Like, oh man, Zah, we gotta write a devotional, dude. That seems so easy.
That was literally boring by devotional or Bible study standards.
Yeah.
Seriously, like you took all the fun out of video games, and now I could have
done a better job at this. Like you and I we could have okay. fellas, are you trying to speed run through life? Let me tell you, you need to slow down. I like my friend Sonic, who likes to eat chili dogs. You should also slow down and enjoy life with Jesus and walk with him, so that you don't need to. There's no extra lives in this life. You only get one. Okay. So think about that. Anyway, thanks for coming to the sermon. Go on home. Go play Halo or whatever.
Yeah. How do you think? Obviously, this is meant to be targeted at kids. I don't think he's trying to draw in the adult crowd with his video game talk. Do you really think that expounding on the fact that you have to time things right in order, like just really drilling down on that one point and belaboring it to death, and then comparing it to when Jesus? I don't know. I have a feeling he's not really drawing in the teenage crowd that he might be going for.
I don't know. It's not really great. To be honest, I haven't really seen too much more on this page, but it looks like he does like do one every day for his little gaming devotionals. Waypoint on our map. That sounds good. Maybe we'll do one more of these here. What's this? Trust issues?
Well, the weekend is always going by way too fast. But before you wrap yours up, join us for a reading from our Finding God in Video Games. This is the Way Scripture of the Day Gaming Devotion. Tonight we're reading for August 10th.
Okay.
When it comes to my video game saves, I have some trust issues.
Oh, no.
Saving a game on my hard drive feels very safe and natural to do. Trusting an important game save to the cloud, still very difficult for me to do. While I comprehend the concept of cloud saves, and I totally understand the level of security that it provides, putting my trust in a system that I can't physically see to protect something near and dear to my heart, it's still kind of hard. But if I want to take advantage of the storage saving capabilities of the cloud or utilize portable storage options, I must confidently send my precious save file to them for safekeeping and trust it will be safe there.
You don't have, you can still do a local save for most games. You don't have to do a cloud save, right? I guess there's some you gotta do a cloud save. I don't know. This is just a ridiculous metaphor.
Do you know where he's going with this? Because I have a feeling.
Well, he's not good.
What other invisible thing do you have to trust in and send
get your life for like a cloud save in heaven? Do you think that's the bit? I don't know. Let's see. We're halfway.
One of the prerequisites to receiving what we're praying for in life is for our fully committed belief in the power and the willingness of the Lord to act on our behalf. Right. While there's some prayers that our omniscient Father may answer with a no or a not now, all our prayers must be sent with the full confidence that he not only can, but will act on our prayers.
Okay, this is getting boring. That's awesome. That's cool that you can. I'm pretty sure if I did this, people would see this as sacrilege. But this guy can kind of, publish this book with an NES on it and be like, yeah, this is real. This is legit. Oh my God, what is all this from? Man, he's talking about Plants vs. Zombies in this one. Does he do little gaming reviews? Oh, that's great. Super cool.
This is some of the biggest Hello Fellow Kids energy ever.
I know. What a weird I was about to say channel, but what a weird Facebook page. I've never seen anything quite like it. Man, is he doing Let's Plays? Hold on. Okay, let's see what this one's about.
Process to bear on this planet for our personal development. But many times.
Oh, come on. Let's see.
Me in disguise. Perhaps.
Whoa, wait a minute. We're spitting. They're preaching in this one too? Oh, they got the Boba Fett. They got the Master Chief helmet. Okay, they're real nerds. Look at that, Zod. That's awesome. That's great. Oh, they got they got little Funko Pop versions of themselves.
Well, then how are they still so bad at talking about video games?
I don't know. Let's hear what the good word has to say. What she has to say about this, because it sounded like she was preaching.
The Lord himself learned through the trials and tribulations he suffered. We too have many crosses to bear on this planet for our personal development. But many times these detours are actually our destiny in disguise. Perhaps what we perceived as a burden was actually going to serve a blessing to someone else, and we just didn't know it at the time.
None of us can bypass these story events in our lives.
These story events in our lives? It's like, oh my God.
They're just
AI? They're
just taking the most boring, mundane Christian life lessons and just tying it to video games.
How do you do a whole page on this? Oh man.
This guy just really thought this book was going to be a hit. Like, oh man, I'll tie Christianity to video games and a devotional, set up my Facebook page and everything. And
point of view and everything you see makes you play Donkey Kong Bonanza. Man, they're dedicated to this. Oh, they got the Yoda memes. Wait. Oh, this is a whole thing on the Jedi. The tragic fall of the entire Jedi Order and the overthrow of the Jedi Temple in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith isn't easy to watch. Yeah, that's why it's not easy to watch. But it becomes even more
it's
painful.
about as fun as your Bible studies. That's why.
Yeah. Even more painful as we realize how easily preventable it was. The Jedi were at the height of their knowledge and influence at the time, but they were lulled into a fatal state of overconfidence by their own success, blinding them to an adversary hidden in plain sight who took advantage of their clouded judgment and manipulated their mission. Blah, blah, blah. In the life of a believer, the greatest danger we face is not the direct attacks of our enemy. It is the compromises we permit to exist in our lives that represent the deepest and truest threats to our spiritual well-being, aka those gay feelings that you've been having.
God, this guy sucks.
Let's be mindful. Yeah, this is the whole wow. It is just the hello, how are you doing, fellow kids thing, but just with video games. Except I do believe that you don't own that much merchandise unless you really are kind of a gamer. Or at least you're kind of a nerd. So props to you there.
It just goes to show how much, as you put it, didactic trash ruins everything. They can't just talk about video games. They need to come up with a Christian angle, so they just turn it into didactic trash.
Yeah. All right, one more here, and then
Rochester Swift said, "I don't give a flip about video games in general unless it's from an indie producer." I can understand that. My kids like that, and I generally tend to like.
Christ is not at war.
Listen, you guys know me. I'm a gamer boy. Okay, look at this little thumbnail right here. They're living their best lives. Okay, what, they're at the Disney park at Star Wars. All right, good for them.
The enemy forces against us are highly organized and
okay. Oh, he's out. All right.
Disciplined.
I was hearing something really loud. There's a squirrel right outside my window.
Oh, okay.
Strategies for thousands of years.
Anything good here?
But they're not to be feared. They are to be fought. Our victory is not just assured. It's already happened.
This is good Bible stuff. They even got Zod. They got the Master Chief. Damn, they got the Funko Pops. They got the cups, I'm assuming, with their thing on it, and the Halo figures. They're in it to win it. Okay, these are capital G gamers. All right, I respect it.
I do have to say, Dan, just based on the chat, I think we're gonna have a revolt on our hands if we don't do the socialism one.
The socialism one? Wait, what? Yeah. Did I miss that? There's a socialism one.
It's not on this page. It's it was put in the title of the video and stuff. And
okay. Well, no, that was the last one I was gonna look at anyway. So
okay, I just wanted to make sure that you had that lined up.
Oh, you want me to line that up? I didn't have it lined up, but we can look at it.
Oh, I can put it up. You want me to do that one?
If you have it handy. I don't have it handy.
All right. Let me see. This is PragerU, by the way.
PragerU's video. Right. Who may be replacing PBS.
Oh, god damn it. Everything's so stupid.
This video is like 5 minutes long, I think. I think we can do this one and then well, I guess we'll see how we'll see how we go through this one.
What the hell?
Rad Dad says, as a Christian gamer, remember you must only drink your wife's bathwater. True. That's only, very big.
Only drink your wife's bathwater.
While you're looking for this, I will pontificate on how Master Chief is sort of a Christ figure. You know, he does kind of sacrifice himself for the greater good. I think that argument can be made. Cortana's kind of like the Holy Spirit, I guess, in that sense. Does kind of guide him, give him wisdom, I'd say.
Well, shoot, where's my... Oh, here it is. Chrome tab. There's no reward without risk.
Oh, yes.
That's the most like...
Yeah. Well, don't spoil it here. Don't spoil it here. We're about to get a lesson on economics, okay? On Well, you'll see. You'll see.
All right, ready? This
Yeah,
is
let's see.
PragerU on whatever. There's no reward.
A cashier at a local burger joint may make $20 an hour, but the owner of the burger shop chain may make hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars.
By the way, this video is made. Okay, it's only 3 weeks ago, but still, that's a pretty bold claim. The person at the fast food place might make $20 an hour. It's starting to get toward there, but I love that's a baseline assumption that that's what they're making. And
that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. That's probably higher than what the fast food workers are making around where I live, I would think.
Yeah, here you can regularly see them getting like $15, $16 an hour, maybe. And that's a lot higher than it used to be. But
you can already guess what this video is about by that 5 seconds if you can't figure it out already. But yeah, PragerU is going to tell us why you should be poor and be happy. Okay.
Yeah, we've got to comment $20 an hour. People still having tantrums about $15 an hour. Yeah, that's the thing. So I feel like it's a little disingenuous for PragerU to come out and say, I guess I cut in a little early, but they're basically like going to say like people complain that they're only making $20 an hour, but that's the fair way. I'm like, all right. I think you guys think they should be making $5 an hour.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Absolutely. Why? Because of the concepts of risk and reward. Risk and reward are fundamental to navigating the world, from economics, business, and government to the choices we make in our own lives. Those choices all depend on how we assess risk and reward. We understand rewards, but what about risk?
Did you ever wonder what it would look like if a woman mansplained?
Yeah. I love how her book title is "You Will Own Nothing." Because I'm assuming it's about changes in the tech industry or something, because that's like a thing people say, like, oh, you will own nothing and we'll be happy. But like, she unironically is kind of advocating for, no, unless you become an entrepreneur, you should be happy with your terrible wages. Which, I mean, if you're getting 20 an hour, yeah, that actually you should. I would say I would be. I mean, I'm not saying I'd be happy with that, but I'm saying that's way fucking better than what people are getting now. So yeah, I mean, that would be an improvement if people were getting 20 an hour.
As long as they quit gouging us on groceries and rent, then that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Time jumper. I work fast food in Dallas and get $12 an hour. That I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks.
Yeah.
But thank you for the super chat.
Yeah. I don't know if 20 it's 20 I guess is 20 is a living wage in some cities for sure, right? Not in like Dallas or bigger metropolitan areas, but I guess I think 20 could suffice in some places, maybe. I don't know.
Up here I think you could get by, but you would need a roommate or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, people aren't getting to 20, lady. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Maybe a Five Guys in Los Angeles or something, I don't know, but not here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's even tone deaf. I think it's just disingenuous. I'm acting like, number one, they're cool at $20 an hour. And then number two, that everybody's complaining about it as if that's like, that's like a baseline expectation. And everyone's like, why are the peasants only getting $20 an hour?
Yeah.
Simply put, it is the likelihood of something turning out worse than expected, plus the chance of that something worse actually happening. Now, when you think of taking a risk, you might think of an activity like jumping out of an airplane. You must evaluate the amount and scope of risk involved. Maybe your parachute doesn't open. In fact, 1 out of every 400,000 making a jump are killed. Against the potential benefits, the rush of flying through the open air, the bragging rights afterwards, and so on. Risk versus reward.
What out of
Maybe you want to invest in the
400,000
stock
people
of a
that
company
parachute
that has developed an
or die. This is why you should worship the owners of these wonderful entrepreneurs that help make this business, because they could also die. There's a 1 in 400,000 chance for them as well. So
exciting new technology. You risk your hard-earned money hoping the stock doubles or triples. But no one knows whether this new technology will catch on. You could easily lose your entire investment. Risk versus reward. Say you want to start your own business. You're willing to put your time and money into this venture to make it work. You may be...
Hey, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that people who own businesses have to invest and risk? They might not get all that money back. Did you know that?
Crazy. Yeah.
That's probably why you're complaining about only making $20 an hour.
Right. Because you don't have to risk anything by being a salaried employee or being a whatever per hour employee. There's no risk involved whatsoever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and obviously, how many people complaining about capitalism are upset about the small business owner who like puts a second mortgage on his house and is risking everything he has to start up a small business?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has an issue with that. The people that have issues with, obviously, are not putting themselves on the line. They're not putting in any major risk. They're okay no matter what, and they're gaming the system every chance they get. This is
Yeah, I don't give a shit about my local small business tyrant that's starting up their own thing. I really don't, for the most part, obviously, right? We care about the big company the Fortune 500 CEOs. Like that's what people are talking about, anyway, we're preaching to the choir. Let's just keep it going.
they're acting like Elon Musk is going to go homeless,
Right,
if
exactly.
if
That's
Twitter
the thing
doesn't
too.
do well enough.
What's the risk for Elon Musk? Because he continues to fuck Twitter up. He continues to fuck shit up with SpaceX and like all of his other shit. And he's still the richest guy in the world at the end of the day. Like at some point, you have so much net worth that you don't even have a real risk with this stuff anymore. You really don't. You can just go through all kinds of shit with it. But anyway.
Yeah, you have so many diversified assets, and basically almost all of it could light on fire, and you still live more comfortably than anybody else for 1,000 years. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Even willing to mortgage your house to finance the startup costs. That's taking on a lot of risk. But you love the idea of being your own boss. And if the business succeeds like you hope, you might make a lot of money. Risk versus reward. Reaping rewards sounds great. So why doesn't everyone take on the risks to get them? Sometimes the risks don't justify the payoff. Other times people are afraid of taking too many risks or don't know how to evaluate the risks. It makes them uneasy. It's not a criticism, it's just reality.
Yeah, and some people are making $12 an hour in Dallas and don't have the capital to start a business.
Yeah.
How many people do you think actually realistically in the US have the capital to even do a business in the first place? Let alone, I mean, obviously like businesses take out loans and shit anyway, right? Like that has to happen. But what this is just like talking about the bad parts about capitalism as well. Like, yeah, there is risk and people do lose out on this stuff. That's also terrible, right? Although there are ways to mitigate that, like, bankruptcy and things like that. But like, still, like this is also showing how bad this can work out as well. So I don't know.
On left house, he says like, why isn't everybody starting their own business and whatever? Like they don't want to take the risk up. Well, number one, as Time Jumper says, because some people don't have money, you soulless ghoul. Like that's
Right.
one part of it. Not everybody even has the opportunity. Oh, mortgage well, thanks. I'm going to mortgage my rental apartment. Yeah. She's even if you're the small business owner who's putting everything on the line, she's still assuming a certain amount of assets that you can pour into a business that most people don't even have the chance to even have a chance to get on the ground floor of the most high risk, low reward business ownership. But then on top of that, if aside from the fact that like they don't want to take the risk, they don't have the money or whatever, everybody can't become a business owner because you still need laborers. Like we can't all just go start businesses and have, so
we can't live in a society where everyone's an entrepreneur. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, workers are still a vital and necessary part of this whole equation, and we're just going to shit all over them because, you're just those stupid, lazy people who don't take risks. So
yeah, what about people who are very perfectly happy in their careers and are very proud of what they do and don't want to start their own business because they like the work that they do already? Like that's what makes me think people like this woman and the sycophants that they're all surrounded by in PragerU just love these rich people because they want to be rich too. They want to be bosses. They want to tell other people what to do. Like they love that power and stuff. Like they genuinely think that these people are better than other human beings,
Yeah.
and that's just such a foreign sense to me. I don't know. Maybe because I'm one of the poors. Maybe because I'm a wage slave. That I don't get it, but I don't know.
But I'm willing to bet that at least when you compare it to big corporations and the people who own the businesses that, people actually have a complaint about, they put a lot less risk into even the money they make than somebody who tries to better themselves slightly by getting a student loan or whatever. Like you're at more risk with student loan debt than big business owners are by whatever investments they have going wrong.
Yeah. I would love to see what risks this lady did in her life when she took out her book. If she was doing all that herself, or maybe if she was, great for her. But something tells me she probably had people in her life helping her out when she pursued that. Right? I don't know.
You're probably not on PragerU because you don't have connections.
Right. Exactly.
Most people, for example, prefer the safety of getting a steady paycheck to the anxiety of making payroll.
Yes.
Some people are risk takers. Many people aren't, at least in certain areas of their lives. Everyone is built differently. But keep this in mind. If you work for a hamburger shop and you wonder why you aren't getting paid more, remember that the business owner is taking the risk. You get a paycheck no matter if one customer or 1,000 customers come through the door. But the business owner risks losing everything. And for that risk, he gets the opportunity of reaping any rewards. Now, what if we...
I love that phrasing. He gets the opportunity of risking any rewards. Like basically everything's on him. So he should get all the reward. I don't know. I feel like there's more, we should take into account the multiple contributions that go into producing goods and services and stuff.
I worked under a small business and they missed payroll twice, actually. That I think maybe more than that when I was on there, and they assured me both times that I would get my money later, and that was a little sketch. But that was mostly because they were doing whack shit. I don't know. That's a whole other story. Yeah. I won't get into that. But
there was my son was, when he was quite a bit younger, I think he just barely turned 18. He was working for a guy who owned a restaurant up here. And the guy tried to so he had food trucks, which were doing well. He also had a brick and mortar restaurant, which was just sucking. It was a money pit. So he tried to get his employees to sign a thing where they would go into debt to him to buy into his brick and mortar business. And then instead of a wage, they would just get a percentage of the business. And then he would dole out money to them as he could. And this was for like the stink. So there is stuff like that happens. You think, lady, that everybody just dutifully gives paychecks to all their workers? There's no wage theft. There's no taking advantage. There's no trying to go as cheap as you can on people.
A lot of these guys, okay, I'm trying not to give too much away about my job, but the guy I worked for, his dad owned all of the McDonald's in a certain area in Texas. So like he came from money. So it wasn't even like all his money. There's definitely some generational wealth. I don't know. That shit happening too. Time Jumper is saying here, I hate this video and I hate you showing it to me, Dan. First of all, I didn't pick this. Okay. I almost forgot about this. Let the record reflect. All right.
Target Nitty in the chat. Dogpile
Nitty's the one that did it. And Zod brought it up. So anyway, let's you're saying people are gonna riot if we didn't watch it. Now people are gonna riot because we did watch this.
You can't please the people. They're just Zod was at Skinny Dick's Hallway Inn. Never heard of that place. I'm not gonna shy away from saying it was waffles and whatnot. If you're ever in Alaska, don't eat at that place. The guy is something else. And he's been on Guys Grocery Games too. He's a total hustler.
Oh no.
Not Guys. Oh, no. Yeah, Guys Grocery Games and Diners, Drivers and Dives, whatever.
Great.
Take away the cost of failure. What if the payoff is guaranteed? What if those who take on the risk have nothing personally at stake and other people have to bear the costs of their risk taking? When that happens, and it does, things get out of whack. Welcome to that funhouse mirror known as big government. Here, the risk-reward formula totally breaks down. When a member of Congress, the president, or other politicians take on debt, engage in wars, or make other legislation, the checks and balances of risk and reward are not there. The government can spend your tax dollars wastefully, But what's the cost to them? There is none. And there's no real accountability either. If the program fails.
Yes. No, that's how that works.
Yeah, we're baking a lot of assumptions into this.
Because people are thriving right now. You know?
Yeah.
People are just going nuts. It's so great right now.
I love how they show the Capitol building and a bunch of rich people in front of it. And the first place their mind goes isn't these business people who supposedly failed or whatever don't go to the government to bail them out or to lobby for favorable legislation or anything like that.
Yeah. Lady, I don't know if I need to be the one to tell you this. The average person does not give a goddamn fuck about the national debt. Okay. They care about how they're going to buy groceries this month. Okay. They could give less of a fuck. But that's what's weird, because you actually do meet people that are like, oh, I care about the national deficit. No, you fucking don't. Shut up. You care about it because Mitch McConnell says he cares about it or whatever, and you believed him. You were like, oh yeah, I guess this is an important issue. Shut up. No, it's not.
Yeah, starting in like the 70s or 80s or whatever, they started screaming out that debt as if national debt is the same as like household debt or whatever. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah, we're not under socialism right now, and guess what? We're still having to deal with the decisions that our government is making. We like wholesale prices just went up because of tariffs. Like, it's already happening. It doesn't matter whether it's like, if that's not an example of big government, I don't know what is. But anyway, again, preach to the choir.
Yeah, they're just talking in terms of absolutes. Like, yeah, I do think that if you start a business, there should be some reward that goes for taking that risk. I think that is true. I don't think that somebody who puts all their money on the line and starts a business should get paid the same as a ground level employee.
Yeah.
But there's room for conversation about what level of equity is there and fair pay and stuff like that. Organized labor, things of that nature. I don't think anybody is saying that workers should get exactly what the person who takes on the risk and starts a business should get. No. And they suggest they basically come out and say that this is where the discourse is at right now, and it's not. And when they talk about a picture, when they like illustrate this person talking about what he wants, it shows him dreaming of big piles of money and thinks that's what he should get for showing. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to go work at McDonald's and get rich. They just want an avenue where they can put in a day's labor and be able to live fairly comfortably. That's all they want. They want that actual life that you're pretending they have and can easily get by just going and doing a day's work.
Yeah. It is pretty absurd. We got $5 from the time jumper though, who said, I'm a veteran. I risked and lost my health. Where's my reward, lady? Oh, you cut funding to the VA specifically so I can't get help, let alone rewards. Let me tell you something, time jumper. That's socialism. Okay. Given to the vets, socialism. That's why you didn't get it. Okay. We can't have big government affecting our vets. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm joking. But you know, that they don't really conceptualize things that way because I don't know. They're gremlins, they're ghouls, you know. But
those vets should go become mercenaries instead of just leeching off the government.
That's right. Why don't you go join Blackwater? You know, or hey, why don't you start your own private military company, a la Metal Gear? Okay, and you know, do your own thing. Where's the entrepreneurship? You know, we're being really I hate to where you just gave us $5 and we're doing bits. So I just need to, you know,
one of us is shitting on you anyway.
That's true. It's just me. But we did give another $5 from Thomas Pickett. Thank you guys for your donation. The economic term is rent seeker, and it is across the political spectrum, a person that goes to the government for favors. Yeah. That is it's also true.
This is the oldest trick in the book when it comes to defending capitalism. Like, you point out the problems with we know there's corruption in the government. We know there's waste in the government. There's also accountability in the government. They're accountable to voters, not as much as they should be. I think big business has something to do with that. Maybe they have their hand in that problem. But and then they say that socialism doesn't give anybody motivation to work, blah, blah, blah. But then capitalism, it's not. Maybe I'm just getting too worked up and saying stuff we all know. But
now Misinterpretations has a great comment, which is, I sure hope y'all are going to do something funny next because they need a laughing over here. Maybe we should just cut this video right where we're at, because maybe we're not just
let's do that.
Maybe we're just going to get mad the rest of this time instead of Instead of
Maybe a lot of people are in a
laughing
place
at it.
economically and socially where talking about this and watching someone shit on you for being poor isn't the best
Yeah.
right now.
That's I will say what's most frustrating, of course, is because like I don't watch fucking PragerU, but you just go to one video and it's like, oh my god, there are people that are watching this like every day, right? Like I don't know.
Steve Weber just got right down to the point of what I was just like meandering my way around. The implication there's no corruption in the private sector. Like
Right.
a business's motivation is just to operate efficiently, and I don't know that's naturally going to get good things done. Like there's so much dirty business, not only in like corruption and government connections, but just in how they're motivated to like, I don't know, all this maneuvering around with stocks and stuff like that and trying to get majority shares in businesses and stuff. There's so much waste just built into that system, even when it's running as intended. And nobody talks about the problem with that, or the fact that businesses whatever's producing for our society, it has an obligation to its employees and to the consumers, as well as to the company to make profits. And I don't know. I'm just going to get on a big communist rant. So I'll stop. But it's so annoying to me.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for sending in the video. For us to get mad at. Hopefully we got mad enough, even though we didn't finish it. I think we're just gonna keep getting mad at it instead of funny. So let's see what's next on the docket. What we got on the agenda, Zod?
Do you want to do a love dare?
We could do a love dare. I'm down for a love dare.
All right. All right, deep breath, everybody.
Namaste. Namaste. Okay. Everybody, let's just get it together.
I'm not sure if this is going to be going from rage to something funny, or if it's just going to be switching gears to a different kind of rage. Love dare is a combination. It's a good laugh, but it's also like,
yeah, it's I don't know. This book is so stupid. Here's another cool thing is that 90% of the people that bought this book have not gotten this far in reading it, right? Like there's no way. I don't believe it. So, there's the harm is mitigated, I would say, at this point.
I would say almost anybody who's read this book did it as part of a church Bible study. I don't know that a lot of people are running around doing this by themselves, but yeah,
somebody.
If you're doing this by yourself, yeah, I would say 90% is a generous number for people who have made it this far.
Yeah,
and the fact this is so like counterproductive to any kind of reasonable marriage, and it comes off as so disingenuous that you've annoyed your spouse by the time you get to day 9, and you just made everything worse, and now everything blew up, and you're digging your trenches back again. All right, day 9. Love really says if it hasn't caused a divorce by this point.
Yeah.
Love makes good impressions. By the way, if you're new, this is the love dare. You do a different dare every day to fix your marriage, blah, blah, blah. I think we should clip these out and make a playlist just of these at some point.
For the love dares? Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Or folks at home, you want to upload your own clips? I think we both are okay with that.
I'll put a playlist on here at some point. All right. The scripture for this one is from 1 Peter 5:14. Greet one another with a kiss of love. Okay.
Love that verse. Love that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, go up to your local pastor, give him a little kiss on the cheek, and then if they freak out, just say, "Hey, I'm greeting you with a kiss of love. This is biblical. You understand? So stop hating."
I don't want to think I'm too standoffish, but I don't want random people coming up and give me a kiss. I don't care where they put it. My cheek, my forehead, whatever. Keep your lips off me until we know each other.
Well, I mean, I understand it's a cultural thing. It's just like, it's funny when, I don't know, the picking and choosings of these things. Like, this is the same series of books where people be like, oh, see, it says you got to wear dresses and keep your hair long or short. And it's like, oh, but what? We're not kissing the homies when we say hello. We're not doing that one. All right. Okay.
Hey, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It is cultural. Yeah. Like, one of my friends in college was from Spain, and he would just sit there and hang all over people. It's just where you're from, but it's just my personal comfort zone. But it's it is weird just the way they throw this in here. Like, he has such a clumsy way of just picking it out of context verse and throwing it in because it kind of applies.
That is an interesting one to start off with, for sure.
All right. You've covered some serious ground so far in this journey. Congratulations.
Sure have.
It's weird. Like, it's literally everybody, neither Dan or I have read a word of this until we come in fresh. And he talked about how what a long trudge it's been right when this guy does. I feel like you two are kindred spirits.
I don't know, man. I think this is a sign I really need to write my own devotional at this point. God, it's such an easy thing. I could figure out 365 things to talk about, you know? We'll figure it out.
Hollyhock has a good point here. First impressions to save a marriage.
Yeah. Already off to a start, I guess, with this one.
Learning to demonstrate aspects of love like patience, kindness, and encouragement are not always easy, but are certainly crucial to a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So dealing with the way you greet your spouse each day may seem inconsequential, but this small issue carries surprising significance. So it's your first impression at the start of the day, I guess.
We kind of covered this, I feel like, a little bit. Because remember the one where they were like, make sure you ask your wife how her day was or whatever. Just like, oh my God, like you had to advise that. I mean, just talking to your wife. Now we're just talking about greeting your wife or husband, I guess. But
so to be fair, and yeah, if you're new to this, he's definitely talking about men and how they deal with their wives, even though they use gender neutral language. But to be fair, that one was about reaching out and just saying something to your spouse at some point during the day, just making sure you communicate once. This one is something about how you make your first impression at the start of the day. So maybe they're really honing the process. They're getting you from like saying a word to the other person to now they're you're a second grade now or whatever.
We're leveling up.
You can tell a lot about the state of a couple's relationship from the way they greet one another. You can see it in their expression and countenance, as well as how they speak to each other. This is really clumsy writing,
I guess.
How often do you see spouses greet each other anyway? I don't know. It is even more obvious by their physical contact. But how much importance should you give a greeting? This is the most fluffy opening yet, I think.
Yeah, this is pretty fluff. Gotta say.
The Bible has more to say about greetings than you might expect.
Okay, I'm listening.
The Apostle Paul took time to encourage his readers to greet one another warmly when they met. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's really like a theological message or something. I think it's just because these were letters and that was just ritual script.
Yeah, he was just saying shout outs to the homies in the letters, basically.
Hey, say hi to them when you see them for me.
Yeah.
I think this guy's reading a little bit too much into that.
Yeah.
In fact, near the end of his letter to the Romans, he asked fellow believers to greet 27 of his friends and loved ones for him. He even took time to list each one by name. Again, it's just letter writing conventions.
He was just giving a shout out. He was like, all right, West Side, shout outs to the boys, shout outs to the squad. That was it. Like, it was just, that's just how they did it.
This is like if Paul was writing a letter by today's conventions and he signed it sincerely, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Paul is really driving home the fact that you should be sincere with other people because he signed his letter sincerely. That's literally what this is.
That's a good
right?
way to put that. Yeah.
This is just say hi to this person, this person, this person. This is nothing about the importance of greeting. It's just.
That's so funny. Like, the whole point of saving these letters was to talk about like the theological parts within, and then Christians today will literally just take apart every single word of these letters. Like, it's supposed to mean something every time. It's so funny.
It's because in this stupid book, he had to come up with 40 stupid days to do a different thing. And so he ends up with stupid things like making an impression. And so how do you dig through the Bible and find that? I think it's just out of sheer desperation because there's no way to get 40 days of how to do a single gesture for your spouse.
Yeah.
It's not just about your friends, however. Jesus noted in his Sermon on the Mount that even pagans speak kindly to people they like. That's easy for anyone to do. But he took a step further and said that being godly included being humble and gracious enough to address even your enemies with kindness. I love the patronizing insinuation that only Christians and people who read the Bible understand how to be polite to people you don't like.
Yeah, even those godless fucking heathens can say hello every once in a while.
Even they say hello to nice people, but
right.
Unless you're a Christian, if there's someone at work you don't care for, you just walk up and spit in their face because you don't understand social conventions. Like, seriously. Oh yeah, this raises an interesting question. How do you greet your friends, coworkers, and neighbors? How about acquaintances and those you meet in public? This is the most kindergarten of all these chapters.
Just say fucking hello. This is really what this whole thing's about?
I guess.
We got to figure out how we say hello to people.
And he hasn't even really drilled down on, I mean, he alluded to how this works in a marriage, but
yeah, I don't know.
Hawk to and spit on your homie, says
Give him the hog tour. That's great.
And then weirdo currently known as Evan says, I greet them by mooning them.
You say hog tour and peace be upon you. I love that. Hog tour, spit on that piece. It's great.
All right, then. You may even encounter someone you don't necessarily like, yet still acknowledge them out of courtesy. So if you're this nice and polite to other people, doesn't your spouse deserve the same? Times 10?
Yes. Yes. I think so. Sure. Why not?
And if that doesn't...
Does that mean every time I say my wife, I have to be like, oh, hello, my darling of darlings, my sweetest of hearts? You know, like, do I have to do a whole ceremony or, what are we doing here?
Sit down and sketch out the math. Is that 10 times as good as you greet other people?
Yeah, let me see. Well, what's hello? Do I just say hello, 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 hello? Like, do it 10 times?
Sure.
I don't know.
The way my wife and I greet each other might look meaner than I greet random people just because we're horsing around. Like,
right.
Okay. Number one, if you're not already being nicer to your spouse than you are to the average person, something's totally wrong with you, and you have problems that run deeper than this book. And like we always say, the fact that this is the level they're on here is like, shows there's something either there's something deeply wrong with the Christian community's marriage, or they're just pandering to people. One of those two. Sorry, go ahead.
You know what you need to do? You need to give your wife a firm handshake and a chest bump. Because if that's how you greet your friends, that's how you should be doing with your wife plus more, right? So
that's right.
I'm into it.
It's probably something you don't think about very often. The first thing you say to him or her when you wake up in the morning, the look on your face when you get in the car, the energy in your voice when you speak on the telephone. Okay.
Yeah.
But here's something else you probably don't stop to consider. The difference it would make in your spouse's day if everything about you expressed the fact that you were really, really glad to see them.
Yeah. Okay. So just say, hey baby, hey honey, hi, oh my God, I'm so, like, I don't know, we want to embarrass them, like, I don't know, you just being weird at some point. Maybe it doesn't have to be that way every time. I don't know.
Well, and I think if you're trying to, I don't know, if you're so far off the rails that somebody's telling you, hey, greet them nicely.
Yeah.
The actual problems are running so deep that that's just a coat of paint over it. And
it's true.
And I think that's illustrated by the fact that you don't, like I said, my wife and I don't always we're not like, hey, sweetie, how's it going? Oh, I love you so much. We sometimes do that sarcastically and then laugh because we think it's gross. But
yeah. But how about this too? Oh, sorry. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh, and that's fine for some people, but you have to know the character of your spouse and the character of your marriage and what's important to them. If you're not down to the bottom of that and that's not second nature in how you communicate, you need to get there before you just start putting on a nice greeting.
Right. And what about this? Like, what if my wife is grumpy or I'm grumpy and we just don't want to talk? Isn't part of the thing with marriage, like, you get to be comfortable in expressing your feelings to your partner and being emotionally open that way? I think that's important too. If you're just doing an act every time where you're just like, oh, my my darling, my love. Oh, you're doing that every time. Like, I don't know. That seems kind of fake. If it's just an act. But I guess they would say, oh, if you do it so much over time, it becomes like something you want to do,
And to be fair,
extra.
there is some truth to that I think sometimes you can like start to take someone for granted, and you need to having that thought in your head that you come up and be nice to them. But I'm sorry, if you're at the point where you've lost track of that, then that's a good first step, but you need to start working on other stuff too.
Right. Anyway, I guess let's keep going.
Steve Weber said, didn't this all start by saying Christians nicely greet people they don't like? So is this written for folks who don't like their spouses, I guess?
Yes, this is for people who fucking hate their spouses. This is for people who should like in some marriages, like the wife would have poisoned the husband by now, right? Like back in the day, this is for those.
This is the book you run out and get when your meal didn't sit right last night. You suspected.
Yeah.
All right. When someone communicates they are glad to see you, your personal sense of self-worth increases. God damn, this is the dumbest book I've ever read.
Yeah.
You feel more important and valued. That's because a good greeting sets the stage for positive and healthy interaction. Like love, it puts wind in your sails.
So that whole string of text was just, it feels nice when people say they like you or people say they're glad to see you. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's true.
I think I don't like when he's explaining things to a kindergartner until all of a sudden he tries to be poetic. And then I'm just like, okay, just be literal again. Just give me the baby's version of, it's nice when someone's nice to you.
Yeah.
Think back to the story Jesus told of the prodigal son. This young rebellious man demanded his inheritance money and then wasted it on a foolish lifestyle. But soon his bad choices caught up with him, and he found himself eating scraps in a pig pen. Humbled and ashamed, he practiced his apologies and tried to think of the best way to go home and face his father. But the greeting he was expecting was not the one he received. And then we get a quote from Luke 15:20. When he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion for him and ran and embraced him and kissed him.
Yeah. What the fuck does that have to do with marriage? Like, here's a Bible story about a guy who greeted his son nicely. Like, wow, we are reaching, aren't we? Bottom of the barrel. Okay.
Yeah, this chapter is 2.5 pages long, and he is spreading himself thin getting to the end of it.
Yikes. Yeah. Okay.
Of all the scenarios this young man had played out in his mind, this was likely the last one he expected. But how do you think it made him feel to receive his father's embrace and hear his thankful tone? He no doubt felt loved and treasured once again. What do you think it did in their relationship? It was good, yes.
Well, maybe he felt embarrassed. Like, oh, I was a shithead, and then my father took me back or whatever. I don't know. That's what I would hope.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What kinds of greetings would make your mate feel like that? How could you excite his or her various senses with a simple word, a touch, a tone of voice? A loving greeting can bless your spouse through what they see, hear, and feel. Think of the opportunities you have to greet each other on a regular basis. When coming through the door, when meeting for lunch, when saying goodnight, when talking on the phone.
So, I'm sorry. So treat your spouse like the prodigal son, like the prodigal spouse. Is that what's going on? Your wife goes out to the club and she cheats on you with like 3 other guys. And then she comes back the next morning and you got to be like, hey, sweetheart, welcome. I made you waffles. Come on in. That's what you got to do.
That actually kind of tracks because this book is hella. You can just read it between the lines. This is written for a guy who's panicking because his wife had an affair or is about to have one. You took your wife for granted because that's just how they do it. You're the head of the household and you just held the authoritarian, rigid thing. And now it's slipping out of control. And this book's here to rescue you. It doesn't have to. Don't worry, we're getting close to the end.
Okay, good.
It doesn't have to be bold and dramatic every time, but adding
thank
warmth
God.
and enthusiasm gives you the chance to touch your mate's heart in subtle, unspoken ways. I would feel so insulted reading this, even if I was a Christian. Like, this is so stupid. Okay, so that wasn't basic enough, because he encourages us to think about your greeting. Did you use it well? Does your spouse feel valued and appreciated?
Sup, bitch.
He's literally asking people if they did a good job saying hi. Oh, God damn it. I tripped over my feet and fell on the floor and swore at her. I'm sorry.
But did you say it warmly? Hello, my beautiful. Hi, slut. What's up with you? I don't know. just come up with more derogatory terms, I guess. But same in a nice way, I think.
Even when you're not getting along too well, you can lessen the tension and give them value by the way you greet them. Remember, love is a choice. So choose to change your greeting. Choose to love.
What the fuck am I? Is this a K Jewelers commercial? Like, what are we doing? Is that the end?
Yep.
That was the worst one.
I feel like he got to the end, and that last what, three sentence paragraph. Remember, love is a choice. So choose to change your greeting. Choose to love. I feel like I have a feeling he like typed that out and just thought he really stuck the landing at the end of that one. But that was the bullshittest of all the chapters so far.
That was the worst one. That was so bad, Zod. That was terrible. At least it wasn't misogynist, really.
It's disappointing for the sake of this. Like, usually we get some good outrage out of this, or whatever. This was just nothing. Just fluff.
Disappointing. What do you do with that?
He said, "Be nice and say hi to her." And
I say this all the time, but folks, you can write a book, okay? Don't let anybody tell you can't, because if they publish this shit, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Trust me, it will not be as bad. I promise you, this audience can come up with, hey, you're writing that fantasy novel, but you don't think you're as good as Tolkien or whatever. I guarantee you are better than you think. At least it's gonna be better than this shit. So why the fuck not? Give it your best shot.
I need to push back on that a little bit, Dan.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a reason this sticker is on this book.
Oh yeah.
It says fireproof.
Why is that?
Because bullshit like this does not stand on its own feet. This book got sold for two reasons. One is that they marketed it alongside that movie Fireproof. And number two is they're selling this in church circles where they feel like they need to buy it for their Bible study or just out of sheer desperation.
Can we talk more about that actually for a second? How awesome is it that your self-help book gets sold with like a movie tie-in? Like, damn. What does that say? Huh? That says a lot, I feel like. It's not like, oh, this is an autobiography based on this thing and we made a movie. No, you made a self-help book and made a fictional story sort of around the problems that this book is trying to solve. I guess.
Yeah, that's worse than going to a lawyer who advertises on TV. You're like getting psychological or whatever therapeutic help to fix your marriage from somebody who's writing a spin-off to a movie. Like,
yeah,
dude, maybe not. Maybe don't do that.
Man. Well,
by the way, Skeptic is here. Says good evening. Hi, Skeptic.
Yeah, Skeptic.
We did a we didn't do them together, but we were paired together for
that's right.
Holy Spirits. There we go.
Which I still plan on doing. I just I've been busy, but I'll get to one of these days.
All right. That was the end of the chapter. Do you want to hear the dare?
Oh yeah, what's the dare? We didn't get to the dare.
Yeah, there's actually a call to action, as if you didn't just spend 2.5 pages saying talk to somebody nicely. So let's see what more he can milk out of this. Today's dare.
All right.
Think of a specific way you'd like to greet your spouse today. Do it with a smile and with enthusiasm. Then determine to change your greeting to reflect your love for them. The fuck, dude? Was none of that already evident in that chapter? Like he needs to spell out. Think about how you're going to greet
What's
them.
up, you ugly fat moron? Oh, hang on. I've been reading this book. I need to change this up. What's up, you moron? See, it was nicer. Okay. Didn't have to spend as much time on the other stuff.
That's that chapter was condescending enough. Now it's like smile and be enthusiastic. That's like you're talking to a child. Say you're sorry. Sorry. Say it like
this is like when you're getting customer service training at like McDonald's. It's like, smile at the customer and say their name. It'll make them feel good.
Okay. Then after that, as if we haven't like stretched this thin enough, check here when you've completed today's dare. Then the follow-up questions.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You had to do a checkbox.
Oh yeah. For every single one, there's a check mark that says check here when you've completed it.
Hey baby, what's up? Okay, yes. Hang on, I'll be right back. Gotta write this one down.
Okay, then they have follow-up questions about how you did. When and where did you choose to do your special greeting? Your special greeting.
I was sitting on the toilet when she came in. I don't know what.
He has you picking a time and place to greet your spouse.
Yeah. Like you got to plan that shit out too. I opened the garage for her when she came home and said, hello.
How will you change your greeting from this point on?
Damn,
now,
that's a commitment. You got to do that every time.
As if he didn't already like just really stretch to get those 2.5 pages to answer those two questions. When and where did you greet your spouse? And how will you change your greeting from this point on? These 2 pages of lines are what he gives you to write about
for notes. Oh man. Oh wow.
Right. Well, 5 paragraphs explaining how you said hi to your wife. I was
at the strip club. Actively cheating on her or something. I don't know.
All right. Well,
man.
Final thoughts, Dan.
Yeah, say hi to your goddamn wife every once in a while. If you haven't, hey guys, married folks out there, pro tip, say hi to your spouse. You know, I know this is great stuff. I'm gonna write a whole book about this. Really good.
And also, if you're not going to put all your possessions on the line to start a business, then go live in a ditch because that's what you deserve.
Right. Go get $20 an hour and be happy about the fact that you're making $20 an hour at fast food, because that's actually above what's expected. Yeah. This is quite a mix of media today. Also look to the dictionary for historical facts about about populations. Don't forget about that one too.
Yeah.
If Bigfoot's in the dictionary, that means he was real. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about all this, Saad? What's your summary of today?
Well, you know, everything in the world is stupid right now, and I feel like this stream reflected that tonight. Like, you know, it was just a tour of stupid. We had the Creationist. We had the Jesus video game devotionals. We had PragerU talking about capitalism. And we had another love dare where, you know, he said, say hi to your spouse. I feel like we've done a pretty diligent tour of evangelical stupidity. Our job is done.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in today on this special episode of Sedanza. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. And I'd like to hawk tua spit peace upon you. And with that,
you're disgusting. You're disgusting.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue, la casa de la bachata. La, 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 la. La casa del merengue. La, 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 la. Y la casa de la bachata.